all my life. Been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look.
What's going on, everybody? My name's AJ. I am the creator, owner of 3-1 Professional Services. And today I'm going to talk about success and how you and I are very similar and how we both can achieve success. Now, before I start, let me ask you guys a few questions. How many of you guys have been homeless before? I have. How many of you guys have suffered loss, like breakups, bad arguments with your friends and family? I have. Anybody have had any deaths in the family or friends that may have passed away that you took really hard? Been there. For those of you that are pretty hardcore and kind of rough around the edges a little bit, like I used to be. How many of y'all have been in trouble with the law? Yeah, that's me too. I've had all those experiences. Now let me ask you this question. How many of you guys have gifts and talents such as sports, music, the ability to write and to help people, the ability to sing or whatever the case may be? I know I do. How many of y'all think that you are educated in terms of, street smarts, book smarts? I'm there with you. Now, can we use our negatives and our positives to create success? Most definitely. Most definitely. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight about me, and we'll talk about success and how to become successful and the things that I've used in my life to become successful. So growing up, I was pretty good at basketball. And I had some schools look at me, coming out of high school and things like that. One thing I did not do that I sometimes kind of regret is that I didn't take those opportunities to go off and play at a different state, a different school, stuff like that. I stayed home. With me staying home, I ended up becoming homeless. And, just to make a long story short, me and my parents at the time weren't seeing eye to eye on a lot of things. And, I was just out on my own. And that's not to say my parents are bad parents. I think I have great parents. But a lot of times situations that we get ourselves into is because of our own ego and our own arrogance. And I'm a firm believer now, being the man I am now, I would never blame anybody for what has happened to me. I will take my part in that and then chalk up the rest of it that life was just preparing me for something greater. And sometimes you just gotta, pay consequences for things that you do wrong. That's the other side of it. But, I'll talk about that another time. But going back to that, I was homeless for a few years. Ended up still being able to go off to school, and, I played a little basketball in school and got my degree. But in the midst of getting my degree, I had a lot of life happen. Like I said, a strained relationship with my family. I didn't talk to my friends and family for years. And a lot of it is because of my own issues that I couldn't articulate. I wasn't successful at communicating. Another part of it was, I suffered a major loss. Like I had my first kid die and I was alone during that time. And it was just, it was really rough, And, I've had another one pass later, but, just these things kind of all add up. And they put you in a situation where you feel like the entire world is negative, But in life presents you with people and things and opportunities to change your perception and your perspective. And this is where I learned how to become successful. Although I, went to school, I didn't have all the tools that I needed, that I felt that I needed to become successful. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this word success. Success. Now, everybody has their own definition of success. Some people think that success is accomplishing a goal or, being able to acquire something based off a purchase. Being able to win a game could be considered success. I look at success differently. I look at success as the unwritten rules needed and required to be great in every aspect of your life. Any rule, a set of rules that are required to reach a certain level in your life. So for me, success has 7 components. The first thing that you need in success is sight. Sight. That means you have to be able to see where you are now and be honest with yourself. Like, hey, I'm in a really bad spot. But also see where you want to be. And be like, okay, even though I'm in this spot and it's not where I want to be, there's a place that I do want to go to that I know I can get to. But I gotta have sight, I gotta have a vision, right? You can't be successful without a vision. And my encouragement is to write down your vision, write down your goals. If you can see it, then you'll start to believe it and you start saying it to yourself like, hey, I'm going to accomplish this thing. So make sure you have a vision. Vision is very vital for you to become successful. One of the things that I want to be is an awesome family man. Whether I'm married or not, I want to be able to be successful at providing, protecting, and making sure my family is good. I have a vision. I write that down. I wrote it down years ago, and I have action steps that I take to make sure I'm on track to becoming this successful family man. You may want to be, an NBA player, or you might want to finish high school, or you might want to get off probation. You have to write it down what you want to do. If you don't write your vision down, you saying it is just a wish and a hope and a dream. Those things don't get accomplished unless you write it down, you got some action behind it. The next thing in success is understanding. And what you are supposed to understand is you. In success, understanding is required. It is required to understand who you are. What kind of man, what kind of woman are you? What are you? Who are you? If I ask you that, could you tell me who you are and what you stand for? See, me, I can do that. I know who I am. I know what I like, what I don't like. I know that come hell or high water, I am going to grind and figure out how to make things work. I'm very disciplined, and I'm not great or perfect at any of these things, but I am striving and I am becoming those things. So you have to understand who you are in order to be successful. Once you understand who you are, you need a set of core values or a code to live by. These core values or these codes are like being a person of integrity, being a person that's honest, being a person that's trustworthy. What are the guidelines that you live by that are your core values? You have to also understand that you can't expect someone to be 100 with you. You can't expect somebody to be real with you if you're not real with yourself first, if you don't have those as your core values or your code that you live by. Another thing that you need is good character. What is your reputation? What do people say about you? If you have a bad reputation, it's not the end of it. You have an opportunity to change it. In order to have success, quality success, you need good character. You need a good reputation. So you need to write down the things that you want to be, how you want to be perceived, and make sure that you're growing into those things. The next part is excel. You can't have excellence without excelling. What that means is you gotta have the discipline and the will to continuously strive to get better. That's what excelling is. It's not that you're just, trying to be better than the next person. You're trying to be better than what you were yesterday. You're always striving and you have this expectation of greatness within yourself. So excelling is key, is vital. You cannot be successful if you are not excelling and not growing and not being disciplined. It's not going to happen. Next thing you need is strength. You need the mental, you need the emotional, and you need the spiritual. Let me talk about the strengths for a second. Mentally, being mentally tough. So, what Homeless taught me is how to be mentally tough, how to continue to survive and thrive and keep pushing even when you have nothing and your back is against the wall. There are many nights where I wanted to give up because I was hungry. There are many times where I was just like, man, is this even worth it? While I was homeless and living in my car and staying with friends every once in a while, I went through school. Matter of fact, let me take it a little deeper. I was working a night job to pay for school. That's how dedicated I was to my success in graduating. I felt like if I could just graduate, if I can just complete and finish what I started, if I can be consistent long enough, I cannot be homeless anymore. Make a long story short, Iowa State, love them to death. I owe Iowa State a lot. They gave me an opportunity because I told them my story and my vision and showed them that I understood what I needed to do to get better. I showed them my core values and my character by just taking a leap of faith homeless to get to Iowa. I promised them that I would excel. And I gave them all the ways that I was mentally strong. Not just mentally strong, but emotionally strong. To feel like you're on an island by yourself and to still accomplish things. Now, the reality was, you're never truly alone. There's always people out to help you. A lot of times we make ourselves be alone because we have too much either ego or too much pride. Both of those things will hinder your success. I had to humble myself and be like, hey man, I need help. These are my goals, this is my vision, this is what I want to do in life, and I don't have it. I don't need you to give it to me, but I need you to assist me or show me the way. And that's what I did. I don't take handouts. What I do is I work for it. Because the things you work for, you take care of those things a lot better than if something was just handed to you. So I have my mental and emotional strength, and then my spiritual strength is, I believe in God, but everybody might not believe in God. But if you believe in your inner self, that's a higher power. If you believe that you got everything in you to be successful, that's a higher power. You use that to build your strength and to build yourself up each day. And then the last part of success, which ties all this together, is stamina. Stamina. The ability to endure, to have long-lasting endurance. So, success is a hard thing to accomplish. And it's going to be a long road some days. Some days you're not going to want to do it. Let me tell you, it's worth it. And it's worth it when you endure, because now you enduring what it took to get here makes you want to set another goal that you want to get to and endure. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. Too many times we worry about getting there instead of appreciating what it takes for us to get there. Because the beauty is not in what you acquire. The beauty is in your persistence and consistency and your dedication to get there no matter what you go through. Success, to have that vision, to understand who you are, to have that code that you live by, to have that reputation that people can respect and honor, to be able to excel, and to have the strength and the stamina to keep going no matter what. I know situations that you're going through right now may not be great, may not be ideal, but I consider you already a success because you're still here. My challenge to you is to take it a step further, to write down some other goals, to write down where you want to be in your life. Follow these steps. See how when you start following these steps and being consistent that your life don't turn for the better. And I'm always here to help you. I'm always here to answer questions. My information is listed with you. You can always reach out to me. I'll be back for another round of providing some inspiration and some encouragement. Just remember that you got everything you need within yourself to be successful. My name is Anthony, or AJ, part of 3-1 Professional Services. I appreciate your time. See you again soon.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, I'm married to this game, that's who I made my wife. Said I'd die alone, I told that she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of Franklins and a shoulder full of stripes. I don't know what like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself.